How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the LAIR, and today we're back in Historic Best of 1. I call this one Cinderwrath, but before we get into it, I just want to say if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. It's free to you and helps us out so much. Feel free to drop me a comment, talk about strategy, deck ideas, misplays. I read the comments daily, and if you have any friends or family that are into Magic, please share the channel with them. Also, don't forget, if you are going to be a new follower or subscriber on either my Twitch or YouTube channels, once you've done so, just reach out to me in the chat or the comments and say something like, hey, I just subscribed or followed, and I can respond to you with an in-game code that you can use to unlock a mystery gift from Wizards. So very excited to be able to offer that to you guys. Just don't forget to reach out to me after you've subscribed or followed so I can get you that code. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. So this is a Gruul color scheme, red and green. We are splashing white for Yorion because Yorion makes everything better. If you don't know, Yorion is a 4/5 with flying, and his companion requirement says we need to have 20 more cards than the starting, so we have 80 cards in our deck. And when he enters the battlefield, we exile any number of other non-land permanents you own and control. Return those cards to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. Onto the 2-drops, we are running 3 copies of Bond of Flourishing at sorcery speed. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a permanent card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. You gain 3 life. You have 1 copy of Gaea's Blessing at sorcery speed. Target player shuffles up to 3 target cards from their graveyard into their library, draw a card, and when Gaea's Blessing is put into your graveyard from your library, shuffle your graveyard into your library. Running the full play set of Wolfwillow Haven. Enchant land produces an additional green mana when tapped, and we can activate its ability later on, sacrifice it, and create a 2/2 green wolf creature token, and only activate this on our turn. We're running the full play set of Cindervines. It's an enchantment that says whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, Cindervines deals 1 damage to that player. And then we can activate the ability and sacrifice Cindervines and destroy target artifact or enchantment. Cindervines deals 2 damage to that permanent's controller. We're running 2 copies of Shatterskull Smashing or Shatterskull the Hammer Pass, so we can either enter as a land untapped if we pay 3 life and produce red mana for us, or at sorcery speed, Shatterskull Smashing deals X damage divided as you choose among up to 2 target creatures and or planeswalkers. If X is 6 or more, Shatterskull Smashing deals twice X damage divided as you choose among them instead. Onto the 3-drops, we're running the full play set of Blood Sun. It's another enchantment that says when it enters the battlefield, we draw a card, and all lands lose all abilities except mana abilities. We have 2 copies of Bala Ged Recovery or Bala Ged Sanctuary. It can either enter the battlefield tapped and produce green mana, or at sorcery speed, we return target card from your graveyard to your hand. We're running the full play set of Enchantress's Presence. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, draw a card. Running the full play set of Gift of Paradise, another enchantment that when it enters the battlefield, we gain 3 life, and then tap land, when we tap the land, it adds 2 mana of any one color. Running 3 copies of KLOTHYS, God of Destiny. She's a 4/5. Indestructible, and as long as your devotion to red and green is less than 7, KLOTHYS isn't a creature. And at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a land card, add red or green mana. Otherwise, you gain 2 life, and KLOTHYS deals 2 damage to each opponent. On the 4-drops, we have the full play set of Storm's Wrath at sorcery speed. Storm's Wrath deals 4 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. And then on the top end, we have 3 copies of Haphazard Bombardment. It's an enchantment. When Haphazard Bombardment enters the battlefield, we choose 4 non-enchantment permanents you don't control and put an aim counter on each of them. At the beginning of your end step, if 2 or more permanents you don't control have an aim counter on them, destroy one of those permanents at random. Running 2 copies of Chandra, Awakened Inferno. She comes in at 6 loyalty, and she cannot be countered. Her +2 says each opponent gets an emblem with at the beginning of your upkeep. This emblem deals 1 damage to you. Her -3, Chandra, Awakened Inferno, deals 3 damage to each non-elemental creature. And then her -X, Chandra, Awakened Inferno, deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker. If a permanent dealt damage this way would die this turn, exile it instead. We're running the full play set of Star of Extinction at sorcery speed. Destroy target land. Star of Extinction deals 20 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. Running 1 copy of Planewide Celebration. At sorcery speed, we can choose 4, and we may choose the same mode more than once. We can either create a 2/2 token, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand, proliferate, or gain 4 life. We have 2 copies of Sandwurm Convergence. It's an enchantment that says creatures with flying can't attack you or planeswalkers you control, and at the beginning of your end step, create a 5/5 green worm creature token. And then finally, we're running 2 copies of Ugin the Spirit Dragon. He comes in at 7 loyalty. His +2 says he does 3 damage to any target. His -X, exile each permanent with converted mana cost X or less, that's 1 or more colors. And then his -10, you gain 7 life, draw 7 cards, and then put up to 7 permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. So let's briefly talk about the mana base before we get into the deck. We have 4 mountains, 4 forests, the full play set of Timbercrown or Cragcrown Pathway, the full play set of Rootbound Crag, the full play set of Stomping Ground, 3 copies of Temple of Abandon, 2 copies of Sacred Foundry, 2 copies of Temple Garden, and the full play set of Lotus Field. So this is what we're looking to do is draw a lot of cards with Enchantress's presence. Once we get one of these down, this is our main card draw engine in the deck. Since we're running so many enchantments, we have 28 enchantments in the deck. So this is our card draw engine, and we're just looking to ramp into a Blood Sun. Once we get a Blood Sun down, all of our Lotus Fields and all of our other lands come into play untapped. Lotus Field loses hexproof, but I mean, being able to ramp 3 mana for 1 land drop is disgusting. So that is our ramp engine. And then we just have stuff to keep us alive. We have Storm's Wrath, board wipe, and it helps us pick off planeswalkers. And then we also have Star of Extinction for extra defense. Cindervines and KLOTHYS are our main early game damage dealers. This is absolutely nutty against control decks. And then also being able to sacrifice it and destroy an artifact or enchantment, since there's so many powerful artifacts and enchantments out there, is just really, really good. And then we have Shatterskull Smashing for an additional defensive spell. To stabilize, we have our Bond of Flourishing, which can also help us dig for key pieces. We have our Gift of Paradise, which gets 3 life when it enters the battlefield. And then, of course, KLOTHYS, once we have her out, we can gain 2 life every time at the beginning of our pre-combat main phase. So that's our stabilizers. Couple cool tricks with Yorion here. We can bounce the Blood Sun to draw additional cards. We can bounce the Gifts of Paradise to gain additional life. And then, of course, we can bounce any of our planeswalkers. We can also bounce Haphazard Bombardment, which is disgusting as well. Get some more aim counters on there, destroy some more lands, destroy some more permanents. Chandra is just a beast of a card. If you can ramp into her, you can usually close out the game if you're on an empty board. Star of Extinction is absolutely disgusting, especially if we can ramp into it really quickly on like turn 5 or something. Planewide Celebration helps us recur any of our permanents or also stabilize with life gain. Kind of does it all. We can proliferate to try and get our Ugin up to ultimate very quickly. So it provides a flex slot that can do a lot of things. Gaea's Blessing's in there for the rogues, but also can help us recur stuff. We have 2 copies of Bala Ged to help us recur stuff. What else? Sandwurm Convergence is just absolutely disgusting if it can stick on the board for a turn or 2. Locks down the air. And then, of course, Ugin is probably one of the best planeswalkers ever printed. Yeah, so that's pretty much the deck. We have a 3.9 converted mana cost running 31 lands. However, with our 2 Shatterskull and our 2 Bala Ged, that brings us up to, what, 34? No, 35. 35 lands. And then also, of course, we have our ramp. If we can draw that, we're golden. So let's hop into some games. Let's see how we do. Thank you guys so much for watching. Suga Ferry. Nice. Alright, so we have a 2-lander here. We do have a Bond. We do have a Storm's Wrath. We have a 40% chance to draw a land. I think this is a little bit too greedy to keep, so we're going to mulligan this. We have a Lotus Field now. We have a Wolfwillow. So I guess we can keep this and we'll drop a Planewide. Don't want to mulligan too many times. Alright, so we'll drop the Planewide, see what happens. So we have a green source, so we'll name red here. Whenever you surveil, put a 1/1 counter on Thoughtbound Phantasm, as long as there's 3 more counters on. Okay. Alright. Ramping begin. 2, 3, 4. Premier Spy Bow. Flying in Menace. Let's have this enter tap. We don't want to take any more extra damage. Surveil. Okay, we'll cast Bond. We want the land. I was going to say, surely he's running either Thought Erasure or Disinformation Campaign if he's a Surveil deck. Discard a card. We don't want to get rid of Extinction Event. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess we get rid of the mountain. Fuck. It's a tough one. Let's get rid of Ugin. We're not casting him anytime soon. Enchantress's Presence is nice. So let's just do this now. Play the Enchantress's Presence, so at least we can start drawing cards. Three, 4, 5. So we're at 5. 6 if we play the mountain. Alright, here we go. The Phantasm needs 1 more counter to be able to attack. One, 2. It's going to make us discard a card next turn. This 3, 4, 5. So we can do for 4. But we'll do 2, I guess. That's all we can do, really. 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a Disinformation. It's alright. Gift of Paradise is nice. Okay, let's go. Storm's Wrath could be something. Doom Whisperer. Oof. Let's take the creature just in case. Storm's Wrath now. At least we can get rid of the Phantasm. I don't want him getting an additional counter because we can't really do anything with the Doom Whisperer right now. I don't want to pull Yorion into the hand yet. Because it'll just make us discard it. So we'll pass. Okay, there's another Phantasm. Disinformation campaign, sure. Ooh. We can play Ugin, which is nice. See if he has a counter spell too.
Unutilized knowledge is rotting fruit.
Feels bad, but we have to do this. So I'm assuming he has some way to deal with my Ugin here. Surely. No? I mean... yeah? Alright. Let's go, Ugin.
My flames burn beyond.
So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I don't have quite enough to do that, and like I said, he's just going to make me discard it anyway, so we'll pass. Surveil, then return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Let's see what he hits. So he put nothing in the graveyard? He put no creatures in the graveyard. Okay. What's up, AG? Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate you. Bond of Flourishing is very nice. We're playing a Gruul Control deck. I put it on this Stream Decker. I hope it's working. So yeah, we bond, I guess. Cindervines. That could shut his ass down. I think that could be game, all the non-creature stuff he's doing. Alright. Pass. Another Doom Whisper. I think we're good now. We have 24 life. We have a Cindervines down. Yeah, I think we got this one. Alright. Okay. So he doesn't have enough to kill me with his Doom Whisper. I can't believe all those cards in this. Yes.
Without wisdom.
Yes, yes. So with this, he's dead next turn, right? Because we Ugin 3 damage. Oop, goes down to 2. And Eldest. So we do this. Cindervines hits him. Got him. Love it. Love it. Alright, on to the next one. So yeah, this is a Gruul Control deck, I guess you could say, that revolves around enchantments. We have Enchantress's Presence as our main card draw engine. I have like 3 copies of Bond of Flourishing to help dig. We have a Blood Sun, full playset of Blood Sun to draw a card. Also running 4 Lotus Fields for ramp, and then we have a bunch of crazy shit in the top end like Sandwurm Convergence and Haphazard Bombardment, Chandra. Okay, so we have a Blood Sun, we have an Enchantress's Presence, but we only have 2 lands. We have a 40% chance. I think this is worth taking the risk because we have a couple of 3 drops. So we'll start off with a Stomping Ground tapped. 40% chance to draw a land. Opponent plays Overgrown Tomb. We draw a land, which is good. We'll play out Rootbound. Next turn we can play, I think we go for Enchantress's Presence if we don't get Thought Seized right now. Still nothing, okay. Opponent is running Blast Zone. So let's play Blood Sun now since we do draw a card. This shuts down his Blast Zone too. Easy Prey. Destroy target creature or convert mana cost 2 or less. Okay. And Thought Seized. Manglehorn. When Manglehorn enters the battlefield, you may destroy target artifact. Artifacts your opponent's control enter the battlefield tapped. Okay, cool. Because we're not an artifact deck, so we... he quit. Damn it. That would have been a good run there. We would have started going off that turn. We would have played Enchantress, and then we have 2 Gifts of Paradise, Storm's Wrath, Chandra. It's a beautiful thing. So AG, how'd your stream go earlier? I saw that you were streaming, but I was asleep. I'm sorry. Let's hop on another one. Drakon. It's a fellow Nicole Ballas lover. I love it. Ugh. 2-lander here, but with the Lotus Field is not a keepable hand. Unfortunately, because we have so many... this would have been such a... If this was anything else but a Lotus Field, I would have kept this, but I don't think we can keep this. Jesus. Alright, well, we have a Wolfwillow for ramp, so we'll keep this. We'll drop 1 star. We will play our Mountain. I'm going to go into full control, make them think we have removal. Okay, opponent plays a Rugged Highlands. Sure. There's the Lotus Field, but we play out the Cindervines now, just in case. Don't know what type of deck we're playing against. So far, Timur. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Yeah, you like that Cindervines? Alright. So let's play this. Let's play Wolfwillow on you. Pass. And this smells like elementals to me. Oh, nope. Dead wrong there. Well, if we can ramp into stars, it's going to be quite nice. Okay, opponent's going in for 2. Ooh, Blood Sun. Love it. Play Lotus Field. Play Wolfwillow. You. Yorion. I think we take the Rugged Highlands. Drakon. And I must say, I love this bear. He's so funny. Alright, Fiend Artisan. I knew it was elementals. Alright. One goes in for 2. He played no land that turn. Alright, sorry to do it to you. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Okay. Pass. What you got? Man, I gotta tell you, I was playtesting this deck yesterday, and I got my ass beat all night long. So it's nice to, you know, get some wins with this deck. I feel like the deck is good. Alright. So let's just go ahead and Yorion here. We'll bounce the Blood Sun to draw a card. And we'll Wolfwillow in the meantime. Why not just put it on here? Next. Storm's Wrath is nice. I like Storm's Wrath in this deck because it hits Planeswalkers, but it doesn't kill our Yorion, which is really cool. There's a land. Okay. Oof, Enchantress's presence. I love it. So let's Enchantress. Storm's Wrath. Smack the face. Is there anything we want to bring back yet? Not yet. Would love to draw into a KLOTHYS. That would probably seal the game. But the opponent is on the clock. He has to deal with my Yorion. Maybe he's holding up a bunch of non-creature spells because of Cindervines, I wonder. Looks like the red mana is important to him. I knew this was elementals. So apparently he hasn't hit any of his combo pieces yet. So let's play this land. Let's play it as a red source, I guess. Just make some wolves here. Swing in. Alright, what you got? Okay. I'm so glad we got those Risen Reefs off the board. Opponent has quite a few creatures in his graveyard, though. If he draws into like a Fiend Artisan, that could be bad. Mirror Image, sure. Hey man, if you can't deal with Yorion, that's, I don't know. So now we have another Bala Ged. So let's return. Let's do Wolfwillow. Replay it here. There's another star, I love it. Let's return another Wolfwillow. Put it on here. Draw another card. Beautiful. Alright, just go in with you. Opponent's down to 5. And it's not running white, so he can't play Om. Oh, he could play Omnath. Cool. Well, that was unexpected. Are we dead? Just dead, right? Damn. Oh well, we went on a tear there. We want to come in the row. I'm mad at that. That was a close one. We just kind of stalled out there for a little bit. Couldn't really find anything else. But we were close. Can't be mad at that. Gabe 93. Alright, so the 4-lander here with the Lotus Field, KLOTHYS, Gift. I guess we can keep this. The land is beautiful. Alright, so let's play Rootbound first. Let's play another Rootbound. Animal Sanctuary. Cat. Okay. Some cats. Playing some cats. Yes, I already took her. I mean, I'm almost done. Alright, so now we will play Gift and you. Let's Cinderwrath now. I don't want this thing getting out of control. I think we want to play this as a land. Blood Sun, beautiful. So that'll shut down this. Let's play our Lotus. Let's play KLOTHYS now, since he has some cards in the graveyard to eat. And then next turn, I think, we'll Sandwurm. Okay, opponent goes in for 2. Yep. Another Lotus Field, I love it. Alright, let's exile you. Then she's dead. So let's just Sandwurm them. Gift. Gift on you. Yep. I think we're gonna be defensive here. But unless the opponent has some way of dealing with Sandwurm, it's going to get crazy. Last casket, sure. Still got a Sandwurm to deal with. Let's play Enchantress's Presence.
Ever see a volcano erupt in person?
We will
You're about
do
to.
-3. Redemption, sure.
Let's make some more room to fight in.
Let's pull Yorion. Next. He's got some tricks up his sleeve, this guy. We're just gonna block to get the amount of cats down.
Good luck while I'm gone.
Okay. So it's Yorion. We'll bounce you, you, and you. Okay. Draw a card with the Blood Sun. No attacks. Attached to you. You. Wow. Sure. How does he get lifelink? Oh, he's a cat. Duh. I'm like, it looks like a snake to me. Cat snake. Alright. Let's please give me something here. KLOTHYS is nice. Alright, here we go. Now we're good. Here we go.
I'm Chandra, the immolation
Let's
sensation.
say you got another heroic intervention. Got him. Alright, my friends, we'll end it on a high note today. Love the way the deck performed. Felt really good pretty much in most of the matchups. We kept running out of gas, though, in a lot of those games in the mid-game, which is kind of rare because we have so much card draw in the deck. But yeah, love the deck. Thank you guys so much for watching. Just remember, if you're going to be new to the channel, please like and subscribe. It's free to you and helps us out so much. Feel free to drop me a comment, talk about strategy, deck ideas, misplays. I read the comments daily. And if you have any friends or family that are into Magic, please share the channel with them. Also, don't forget, once you have followed or subscribed on either my Twitch or YouTube channels, once you've done so, just reach out to me in the chat or the comment and say something like, hey, I just followed or subscribed, and I can respond to you with an in-game code that you can use to unlock a mystery gift from Wizards. So very excited to be able to offer that to you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.